In the heart of the desert, a striking moment of survival unfolds. Moses strikes a rock, and water gushes forth, quenching the thirst of thousands. But was this a miraculous act, or can science provide answers? This story bridges faith and nature, leaving us to wonder how life's critical moments can produce solutions that defy logic. The journey through the desert tested the endurance and faith of a wandering people. Surrounded by endless sand and scorching heat, water became a symbol of hope, and its absence a source of despair. Moses, chosen as their leader, faced mounting tension as supplies dwindled and the cries of the thirsty grew louder. When he struck the rock, water poured forth with astonishing abundance, enough to sustain thousands. Some saw in this act divine intervention, a miracle that reaffirmed the sacred covenant between the people and their God. Historians and theologians have debated the account for centuries, analyzing its significance beyond the miraculous narrative. The story illustrates leadership under extreme pressure, highlighting how human decisions intersect with circumstances of urgent necessity. Moses' action embodies both authority and responsibility, symbolizing the weight of guiding a community through peril. Each step he took was measured, each decision loaded with moral and practical consequences, emphasizing the role of decisive action in survival. Yet the episode is not merely spiritual. It invites scientific inquiry. Geologists propose that subterranean fissures or aquifers, trapped within porous rocks, could release water under the right conditions. Some suggest that water stored under immense pressure in geological formations might escape when the rock is struck, a natural yet extraordinary phenomenon. Mineral reactions or sudden shifts in rock strata could account for the emergence of life-sustaining water, bridging the gap between the inexplicable and the empirically observable. The environment itself may have orchestrated this outcome. The desert's unique combination of rock types, pressure systems, and underground reservoirs created a setting ripe for such an event. Understanding these forces reveals a complex interplay of nature and circumstance that, when aligned, can produce moments that feel miraculous. This duality between spiritual interpretation and natural causation enriches the story, transforming it from a simple act into a profound exploration of human perception. In essence, the water from the rock stands at the intersection of faith and science. It challenges observers to consider how desperation and hope converge with the physical world. The narrative compels reflection on whether the miracle lies in the rock, the hand that struck it, or the enduring belief of those who witnessed it. The story's layers of meaning ensure it resonates across generations, leaving an enduring question: how often does nature meet human need in ways that seem impossible? Throughout history, water has appeared in the most unlikely places, sparking awe and survival alike. Nomadic tribes in arid regions have often reported springs emerging suddenly after minor shifts in terrain, hinting at hidden underground reservoirs. Such events, though rare, provide evidence that desert landscapes can harbor secret sources, hidden beneath layers of rock and sand, waiting for the right conditions to surface. These occurrences echo the story of Moses' rock, suggesting that miraculous timing may sometimes be explained by natural processes. Ancient texts across cultures frequently recount sudden water sources as life-saving events. The narrative of Moses is mirrored in other traditions, from oasis discoveries in the Sahara to hidden wells in the Middle East, all emphasizing the human reliance on nature's unexpected generosity. Whether interpreted spiritually or scientifically, these events underline the constant tension between scarcity and abundance, highlighting humanity's profound dependence on water as both a physical and symbolic sustenance. Modern geology offers further insight. Studies of desert aquifers reveal that water can accumulate in impermeable rock layers, only to be released through fractures, pressure changes, or seismic activity. Even a small disturbance, whether by human intervention or natural movement, can trigger a sudden outflow. While these phenomena are rare, their existence suggests that ancient accounts of water emerging in dry conditions may have a rational basis, hidden beneath layers of myth and faith. Yet the human element remains critical. Moses' leadership, his timing, and the act of striking the rock emphasize the interplay between human decision and natural possibility. Survival stories consistently highlight the importance of alertness and action. Even if the water was waiting beneath the surface, it required intervention to emerge. This blend of preparedness and circumstance creates a narrative where miracles and science coexist, each reinforcing the wonder of the other. The emergence of water in such extreme conditions captivates the imagination, challenging the boundaries between faith and natural law. By examining examples across time and geography, one recognizes that what seems miraculous may often be nature in its most extraordinary form. The story of Moses thus becomes both a lesson in leadership and a testament to the unpredictable generosity of the environment, reminding us that even in desperation, solutions may emerge when least expected. The sudden appearance of water from rock raises intriguing questions about the physical mechanisms that make such events possible. Rocks are not as lifeless as they appear. Many contain micropores and channels through which water can travel. Over time, pressure and geological forces can accumulate significant reserves of water in otherwise dry areas, waiting for a trigger that allows its release. In this context, striking a rock might act as such a catalyst, momentarily altering pressure or opening pathways that unleash a hidden spring. Chemical reactions also offer plausible explanations. Certain minerals can interact with water in ways that expand fissures or release trapped moisture. In deserts, where temperature fluctuations are extreme, these reactions may become more pronounced, causing sudden bursts of water. When combined with the physical fracturing of rocks, the release can appear instantaneous, almost magical. Geologists studying similar formations have recorded minor eruptions of water following minor shifts in rock structure, reinforcing the possibility of a natural basis for what appears miraculous. Additionally, the desert's topography plays a significant role. Underground reservoirs are often shaped by centuries of erosion, sedimentation, and tectonic activity, creating hidden channels that direct water to specific points. When the surface rock is struck or stressed, these channels may converge, releasing a concentrated flow. This convergence of geology and physics can explain the abundance and timing of the water that so many interpreted as divine intervention. Understanding these processes deepens our appreciation for the story's complexity. The miracle is not diminished by science. Rather, it highlights the sophistication of natural systems and their capacity to support life in extreme conditions. The interconnection between faith-inspired narrative and scientific reasoning demonstrates that extraordinary outcomes often arise from the intricate laws governing the natural world. Ultimately, the mechanics behind the water from the rock reveal the delicate balance between human perception and natural phenomena. What ancient witnesses experienced as a miracle may be rooted in principles that modern science can partially elucidate, bridging the gap between wonder and understanding. By exploring these underlying mechanisms, we gain insight into how nature can produce improbable solutions in moments of critical need, sustaining both life and legend. Moses' act of striking the rock serves as a profound example of leadership under extreme duress. Facing a crowd of thousands, each desperate for water, he exemplified calm decisiveness, inspiring trust even in a situation that defied ordinary logic. His actions remind us that effective leadership often requires both courage and intuition, especially when lives hang in the balance. The water's emergence became a tangible reward for confidence and composure, reinforcing the link between decision-making and survival. The story illustrates more than survival. It demonstrates the power of presence and timing. The exact moment Moses acted mattered as much as the act itself. Leaders are often faced with situations where outcomes depend on both strategy and an understanding of their environment. By striking the rock, he catalyzed a phenomenon that may have been latent, highlighting how human intervention can unlock solutions already present in nature. This facet of the narrative emphasizes ethical and moral responsibility as well. Leadership during crisis entails accountability, foresight, and a willingness to act decisively despite uncertainty. The event challenges the observer to consider how ordinary decisions intersect with extraordinary circumstances, producing results that resonate far beyond the immediate moment. Moses' choice underscores the essential role of guidance, courage, and faith in navigating life-threatening challenges. Moreover, the water from the rock stands as a metaphor for hope itself. Leaders provide not only practical solutions, but also the reassurance that survival is possible. By taking initiative, Moses not only quenched thirst, but also bolstered morale, inspiring confidence and perseverance among those who followed him. This dual role of practical action and emotional support elevates leadership to an almost sacred responsibility, where decisions ripple through both physical and spiritual realms. In exploring leadership within the context of the miracle, the story underscores how moments of extreme need can reveal the depth of human character. The combination of timing, action, and awareness illustrates a universal principle. In crises, effective leadership can transform uncertainty into opportunity, turning potential catastrophe into collective triumph. Even today, the story of water from the rock resonates, bridging ancient faith and contemporary science. Hydrologists study desert aquifers, seeking to understand how hidden water sources can be tapped sustainably. Their research illuminates the principles underlying sudden water emergence, demonstrating that even extreme arid environments possess mechanisms for supporting life. The ancient narrative, therefore, inspires modern inquiry, motivating both scientific investigation and ethical reflection on resource management. Innovations in water conservation and emergency survival draw indirectly from such stories. Engineers develop methods to extract underground water with minimal disruption, sometimes replicating natural conditions that Moses may have unknowingly harnessed. The intersection of human ingenuity and natural abundance echoes the timeless lesson of the rock. Preparation, knowledge, and decisive action can produce life-sustaining results when circumstances seem dire. Furthermore, the story continues to inspire philosophical and theological debate. Scholars examine how miracles intersect with natural laws, considering whether divine intention manifests through the world's physical properties. This ongoing discourse enriches understanding, encouraging dialogue between science, spirituality, and human experience. The narrative transcends its historical context, remaining relevant to modern audiences who grapple with environmental crises and moral decision-making. Contemporary parallels abound. In extreme survival scenarios, deserts, mountains, or isolated regions, humans still encounter sudden water sources that defy expectation. These events, while scientifically explicable, retain a sense of wonder reminiscent of Moses' story. The alignment of natural phenomena with human need underscores a continuing tension between chance, design, and perception, reinforcing the story's enduring power. Ultimately, modern science does not diminish the story. It illuminates the intricacy of nature and human interaction with it. By examining the rock through both faith and scientific lenses, we recognize a broader truth. The extraordinary often emerges where preparation meets opportunity, where understanding meets mystery, and where life persists against seemingly insurmountable odds. The miracle of water from the rock challenges the limits of human comprehension. Ancient observers saw divine intervention. Modern scientists trace natural causes. Both perspectives, however, converge on a single insight. The world contains forces and patterns that remain only partially understood. The narrative compels reflection on the boundaries of knowledge, inviting humility in the face of life's extraordinary events. The interplay between faith and reason highlights the human quest to find meaning in survival. The rock becomes more than a physical object. It is a symbol of the delicate equilibrium between human effort and natural providence. Understanding its mechanisms offers practical insight, yet cannot fully capture the awe experienced by those who witnessed it firsthand. Mystery endures alongside explanation, preserving wonder for future generations. By contemplating such moments, we confront broader questions about our place in the world. How often do unseen forces align to meet critical needs? How frequently does human action intersect with hidden potentials in nature? The story encourages curiosity, urging us to remain alert to possibilities that might otherwise go unnoticed. It also speaks to resilience and creativity in human experience. The striking of the rock illustrates that solutions may appear suddenly when courage and necessity converge, inspiring both scientific inquiry and spiritual reflection. Each act of survival becomes a microcosm of humanity's ongoing negotiation with uncertainty, resourcefulness, and faith. In the end, the water from the rock transcends explanation, standing as a timeless testament to human hope, natural wonder, and the enduring dialogue between the known and the unknowable. It reminds us that even in the harshest deserts, life and the capacity to marvel persists. Water from the rock endures as a story of faith, science, and survival, challenging us to question how miracles unfold. Whether divine or natural, it inspires awe and curiosity, leaving us to wonder, how often does the extraordinary emerge when we need it most?